What up? What up? What up? Welcome to another workshop with Richard Peoples, Saas King. I'm very excited to present to everyone on this workshop. We're going to get into it. So, for those of you who are stopping by, thank you for stopping by, being that we are live. For those of you who are going to watch this later, thank you for watching this later. Regardless if you're watching now or later, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe if you love this whole AI automation revival that's happening. Hey guys, so in this workshop, I'm going to be walking through about 10 minutes. I typically do a review. This review is going to be built around Calendly. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Now, for those of you who schedule meetings online, what's exciting is that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when we would schedule a meeting, it's typically through Outlook, it's typically through Google, it would be typically through Hotmail if you're still using Hotmail. Today, if you are new to the whole scheduling method, there's a couple of vendors that I'm going to introduce you to. One in particular is going to be the king of scheduling meetings, and that is Calendly. So in Calendly, I'm going to go ahead and click Schedule Richard. And I actually went out, bought the domain schedulerichard.com. And if you type that in, you can get redirected to my calendar. And in my calendar, I want to kind of walk you through a framework, a standard. So if there was a standardization for the way that you schedule meetings today, and maybe you are not blessed with an assistant who oversees your calendar and who can manage your appointments, well, Calendly is going to be your best go-to solution to automate the way that we schedule meetings today. Now, many of you are probably fully aware, but it's been some time that you've taken a hard look at Calendly and all of its new features and functions. And we're going to walk through that here in this workshop. So again, you're going out to schedulerichard.com. You're going to either make a decision on if it's going to be a virtual meeting or if it's going to be a phone meeting. At one point in time, I actually had physical in-person meeting because there's three different types of meetings today. That's virtual, that's phone, and that's also in person. So some of you who meet in person, I happen to do 90% of my activity or productivity through a virtual meeting. You'll go ahead and have a virtual meeting calendar. Then you will go back into your Calendly and you'll create a phone meeting calendar because some of us take phone calls. And so why not send someone a link to schedule a phone call specifically so I know I'm not hopping on a Zoom meeting or a Microsoft Teams meeting or a Google Meet meeting. And so I recommend best practice, you have a meeting for each of those settings. And once you have a calendar for that, what I would like to recommend to you, let's just go to virtual meeting first. All right, so virtual meeting first is going to walk you through, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you 30 minutes. I'm going to hard stop at 30 minutes, even if you keep talking, right? So I can go to the next meeting. And I'm even giving a link for people to click on. So if they lose the link or they don't know what to click on, or maybe they forgot what Zoom link it is, I tell them simply put, go to meetingrichard.com and that'll bring you straight to the meeting. So what you'll do is you'll pick out a time and we're going to go for Friday the 13th. Sounds weird saying Friday the 13th anymore. That's good marketing, by the way. We're going to select 9 a.m. and we're going to have a form. Now, for some of you watching this workshop, you do not have a pre-qualification form in your Calendly. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2024, for all the tire kickers, for all of those who are on the fence about meeting with you, or getting something from you, go ahead and create some type of questionnaire form. That way, when someone hops on a meeting with you, whether it be a phone call, whether it be in person, whether it be on a virtual, you know what the meeting is about. And so I recommend you go into your Calendly and you ask questions like, hey, just in case Zoom is not working, just in case Zoom is down for the day, what is your phone number so I can call? All right, because it happens, right? Number two, what are the topics you would like to discuss? Now, for me, I am in AI automation. I do a little bit of CTO, I do a little bit of CMO stuff, CAIO, and we talk tools, we talk shop about Microsoft, about Google, and so many other solutions. And so I prompt people to tell me what they would like to talk about so I know what part of the brain to access at that meeting. Of course, I like to talk about how much revenue they have because this is potentially a sales meeting, right? I like to talk about if they are making decisions, what is their decision making process around? And I typically have about 10 questions. Calendly is going to max out at 10. So I like to fill up all 10 questions. And you may participate and do the same and come up with what are 10 things I would ask before people show up to the meeting. And then, of course, I love this last question. I think some of us should have this on our calendars, which is I agree that I'm going to show up, I'm going to state the purpose and scope of the meeting, and I'm going to keep it under 30 minutes, which is the time of the meeting. And if you decide to schedule another meeting, I'm going to charge you. So I think having that as your last question indicates to the person scheduling the meeting to take you serious. But for many of you, you only have your name, your email, and I think the meeting time, and you really don't know what it is unless they drop a comment, what it is that they're showing up for. If we were to go back to phone, I like to indicate which phone number or area code I am calling from. So you can see, hey, this is going to be 30 minutes. It's going to be a phone call, and I'm calling from this 480-864-4408 number. That way you know the number that is coming through with a 480 area code, it's Rich calling you for the meeting, not some spammer. For some of you, the reason why maybe you schedule a phone meeting here and you don't tell them what phone number you're calling from, maybe they think you're spam and they don't answer. And you automatically write the meeting off like, oh, they ghosted me. And it turns into a lost opportunity. And so I challenge you to do the same. Let people know what phone number you are calling from. And of course, again, here we go. Let's ask those pre-qualification questions as part of the process in order to make people show up to the meeting with the scope in mind. Now, this is the first video I will do. I try to keep these workshops about 10. I'm going to do another video later on highlighting all of the technical things you can do inside of Calendly. But in this video, I wanted to cover the first step every one of us should have in place whenever we are scheduling meetings with potential prospects, with existing customers, just by simply putting in a little bit more effort to ask more questions and to specify what phone number you are calling from if it's a phone meeting, or specify how to get to your meeting link if it's a virtual meeting. And if it's in person, I would imagine you'd probably have your address. Thank you everyone so much for watching this workshop on how to schedule leads, how to schedule customers in 2024, now going into 25. And if you need assistance, if you need strategy, if you need guidance from a technical standpoint, because you're not technical and everything you just saw sounds exciting, sounds like something you should have, but you just don't know how to implement it, all you got to do is participate by clicking a link down in our description to schedule a meeting. And of course, we can take it from there. please indicate what type of meeting you want to do. So if it's a phone call or if it's a virtual meeting. My name is Richard. I love AI automation for SaaS companies. And what's exciting is that you can participate in all of these videos I am putting out for free, except for the cost of your time to watch it. All you got to do is go ahead and like, comment, tag a friend who could use this hack. And most importantly, hit the subscribe button so every time we go live, you're in the loop. I'll see you on the next shop, and we'll take it from there.